husband bought him about 4 years or so ago. I'm not sure about the price. I think he was possibly 650 or thereabouts.
Right.
And he's just actually like my cockerel at home.
What's your cockerel called?
Emperor.
Emperor. And what type is he?
I'm not sure actually.
You're not sure?
No,
well, I can tell you what type this is.
Okay.
Because this fellow goes by the name of the Paduan Cockerel. Don't ask me why he's called the Paduan Cockerel, but that's his name. He doesn't come from Padua, he comes from Meissen. Just underneath here, there is the Meissen mark.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Cross swords. But let's just have a look at how they made this. It's a massive, massive lump of porcelain. At first sight it looks more like earthenware or majolica, but it is actually porcelain, and it's very, very highly coloured. The original model of this was made at Meissen in the 1730s, and it wasn't coloured. It was done in the white, and it was one of a whole series of porcelain sculptures made for the Elector of Saxony, the King of Poland, Augustus the Strong. And he was the first person who was able to get his factories to produce real porcelain. They managed to produce porcelain around 1710, and then by the time you get to 1730, he says to his factory, now look, you've made porcelain, what we really want is some really big pieces of sculpture, because I want to put them in my new Japanese palace. And the Paduan Cockerel is one of several figures. Other figures include a lion, huge lion.
Wow, I would have liked that.
You would have liked a lion? Well, I'll keep my eyes open for you. A wonderful parrot sitting on a branch, and a goat. And if you go to the Victoria and Albert Museum, you'll see a wonderful goat, and it's completely white, and it's life-size. So these were amazing objects. When you think that actually, when you try to model porcelain on this scale, to put it into a kiln, and for it not to explode, is really a superb technical feat. Quite extraordinary.
Fantastic.
The coloured ones are much later, they're 19th century. Also, the mark that you saw earlier, those very long cross swords, again are indicative of the late 19th century. Now, as you would expect, my golden rule for looking for restoration is if it sticks out, it's been broken. And sure enough, you look at the little sheaves of corn, the talons on the legs, you can see there's restoration here. And even right up here on his beak. So that's going to have some effect on the value. Shall I be really cruel to you and tell you what an 18th century original 1730s figure would have made?
Okay.
Probably somewhere creeping up towards £200,000. Don't get too excited. A 19th century one like this is going to be somewhere of the order of maybe £2,000 to £4,000. So you're still ahead.
Wow. It's a wonderful present, isn't it?
He is very, very fine.